All right.
All right. Another great episode of Husky Huddle with the best podcast host in the universe, Steve Cully. And joining me, as always, my partner in crime, the next greatest influencer on YouTube and all of social media, the man himself, David Coach Schuman. Great to see your face.
It's good to be here. It's good to be here.
Your hair is looking splendid, and I love the green screen.
Oh yeah, the new green screen. The hair is purely by accident. I don't know how.
Really?
Yes, I didn't even do anything today.
I like it. I like the hair. I do like the hair. I'm impressed with the hair.
Yeah, the bed I got a little I don't know what you would call it going on, but
yeah. You got the salt and pepper look, and you got the little throw going. I love it. I love it.
I might as well be in the middle of an old cowboy movie, with all the beard and the gray and the mixed colors going on, UConn. I titled it Season Report. Obviously, it's not the whole season, but.
No, I agree. I talked to Mike Burton earlier. He gave me a call, and he's very, very nervous about this game. He's very nervous about this game. It's gonna be a tough game. I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I hopefully can convince you to go, but
is it this week?
Yeah, it's Saturday.
I'm certain I have basketball games with my kid, but
okay. Oh, he jumped right in.
Game or evening game?
It's a noon game. It's the worst time. Yeah. I'm going up with my father. Laban Marsh is going to drive up, and then
broker than you.
Yes, broker than you. Hey, he does well. He does pretty well.
I want to run more of the broker than you stuff through.
Oh, yeah, you should. It's not. I mean, he gets great viewership in his area because I geotag it more in Erie, and it does well there. If you watch it, I get a million questions. People send in questions for him. Because his family runs, he has 10 different companies under his mother's business. His mother's real estate business is Marsh & Marsh Real Estate. Okay. And he doesn't have 10. He has 5 or 6 different entities. He has a business. He has 4 other brothers. And he has a business with each one of them. And they each do different things. They do property rentals, they do commercial real estate, they buy homes, they sell homes. So he does something, he does a little bit of everything. And he said it's important to diversify because real estate is cyclical. And his show has become popular in that genre because people don't really understand the process of what goes into buying a home. He said it's such a team effort and a time effort. And he does well. He explains it well. And it's funny, we get questions from all over the state that come in, people asking questions about, how should I pick my real estate agent? Is your fee negotiable? What's the closing cost? It's great. But the episode we had Campoli on was fun. We had Mark Campoli on, and he was great. And then
where did Mark Campoli play?
He would have been with you. He was an offensive lineman.
He was there when I was there?
I think his freshman year was your senior year, 96.
So he's the same class as Burton?
Oh, no, he's a class ahead of Burton.
Ahead? You mean younger?
Yeah, he's younger. He graduated in 2000.
Yeah, he just missed me.
But I think he redshirted your year. 96, 97, 98, 99, 2000. Yeah, he redshirted. So you would know him. He knows you.
Okay. Why
He
is it not so familiar?
he's from
Right.
Pittsburgh.
Yes. Let me see.
His nickname's Big Fun. Mark Campoli. He was hilarious on the show. They were
Oh,
telling some funny stories. But I had he was on with Laban, and then I had I think I told you Keisha Cummings ran
yes,
track.
track athlete. Right.
She asked, she knows you and asked to say hello to you.
Yes, I remember Keisha Cummings.
Yes. She likes you very much.
I remember. They were young when I was there.
Yes.
I think she's a little bit.
She's in Virginia now. She's from Philly. She's from Philly.
She's probably but she was probably like a sophomore maybe when I was.
Yes, when you were a senior.
Yeah.
Actually, no. I think you missed her. I'm trying to think. I thought she graduated in 97, 96, 97, 98, 90. Yeah, you may have been. Yeah, you were there her freshman year, I think.
Yeah, hold on 1 second. I gotta say goodbye to my wife. She's leaving for 2 days.
Oh, yes, that's right. Tell her I said goodbye.
See you later. I know.
Did she just say? Did she just say don't get into trouble?
No, she said don't. She said don't forget to get our son. What was I gonna say? And I got the dog with me, so now it's a whole festival.
Oh, that's great. That's great. No, Keisha Cummings. You were thinking about to see what year she was.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of what year she was. She's definitely younger. I thought she was younger than me.
She is. She is. But she.
I was there, remember, I was there. You know what? I do know Mark Campoli because I was fifth year, and then I was in grad school another year. There. So actually, there were 6 years.
Correct.
So a lot of those younger, I was still around because me and Shane were still roommates, and even though I was like long done, you know what I mean? My
yes.
Dog went upstairs. I wonder if he's going to be upset.
Why would he be upset? Isn't that a good sign if he goes upstairs?
Well, she's leaving, so now I said to him, "We came back down. All right."
Well,
buddy.
if she leaves, does that mean she's gonna like shit in the house or?
No, the dog's not gonna shit. No, I'm just saying he just. I think he's worried because he gets upset because she left.
Oh, yeah. My dog does the same thing. Drives me nuts.
Like gets all upset, and but he's gonna leave. I just got him laying down next to me, so it'll be good. But okay, so that's good. So you've had some good ones. So it's
Sasson was awesome. Sasson was freaking awesome. I should have cut it up into 2 parts, but he was freaking hilarious. He is absolutely hilarious.
He was funny. I remember he was funny when we were at school. He's a huge guy too. Not that tall, but huge.
He looks amazing now.
He slimmed down, right?
He's like 240. He looks well. He said, yeah, you can't be fat in LA. They'll throw you out. The shorts that I had with him, I haven't posted all of them. His shorts were absolutely hysterical. He did imitations of Dave DiGuglielmo, which were perfect.
I got to run his show, don't I?
I would run it in 2 parts if you can, but he did an impression. It was the 98 season, and we had beaten UMass for the first time. And he said, this is when they knew Brian Hoffman was concussed. He's like, you see right here? He's like, he threw a perfect pass to Chad Martin down the sideline that I guess scored a touchdown. He said, "This is how he knew he was fucked up. This is when he knew he was concussed. He's not even part of the read. He's not supposed to look at him." And that's who he threw to. That's when we knew he was messed up. Are you kidding me? He's like, he's not part of the route combination. He's not part of the fucking read. And that's who he threw to. That's when we knew he was concussed.
That's hilarious. Maybe he should become it. Maybe he should have became part of the read. I saw a funny thing yesterday on Lawrence Taylor. So, this is I don't remember what it was. I don't remember if it was a Super Bowl or whatever. But Lawrence Taylor, Bill Parcells is telling the story, and he's saying that Lawrence Taylor, they have a coverage on, and he's supposed to drop. Lawrence Taylor runs in, sacks the quarterback for a loss. Right? He goes, "What are you doing?" He's like, "You're supposed to be in coverage." He's like, "Oh, I forgot." He said they run the same defense again. He's supposed to drop in the coverage. Lawrence Taylor now sacks him, causes the fumble, and they score a touchdown from it. And he comes off the sideline and he sees Bill Parcells' face. His face is like, "It's great that we scored." Basically, he's like, "It's great we scored."
What the fuck
what are you doing? He said, "Oh," so he says to Bill Parcells, he goes, "I screwed up again, didn't I?" He goes, "Yeah, you're supposed to drop in a coverage." Like, obviously it worked out. He's like, "See, it worked out what you're doing." He's like, "But that's not part of the defense." So Lawrence Taylor says back to him, he goes, "Well, maybe you should make it part of the defense."
Maybe it should be.
He made it part of the defense from that point forward.
Maybe it should be.
That's right. Maybe it should be.
That absolutely does not surprise me at all. That's just the kind of nut job he was.
Oh,
back
God,
in the
he must
day.
be fun to coach.
Well, it would have been interesting, if he was coherent, maybe.
I think he was maybe overly coherent since he was on cocaine.
Yeah. Yeah, he was hyper focused.
Definitely coherent. He wasn't high like what marijuana where he's out to lunch. He was overly coherent.
He was hyper focused because he was on blow. Yeah, you probably
which is probably why he forgot coverages from time to time because he was probably so overly locked in. You know what I mean? Like overly aggressive because he was probably so hyped up all the time. But
exactly.
That's funny. That is hilarious with Sasson. So UConn, you're concerned. Everyone's concerned about this game.
Burton was very concerned. Burton was very concerned. He obviously feels that he thinks it's going to be a tough matchup. He thinks that the quarterback situation is going to make things obviously slightly difficult. And he isn't sure how it's going to work out. If they're going to roll with Nick or if they're going to roll with Joe because he's never benched a quarterback before. But just like I said, you look at the statistics in spot duty, Joe Figiano started 4 full games he started. And then he played spot duty in Maryland, Duke, and then I know was it last 2 weeks UAB. So in the 4 starts, spot duty in 3 games, he's thrown for 1,000 yards, 13 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Nick Evers has 8 games, and I believe he is, he's obviously started all 8. No, I'm sorry. That's not right. He started 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, he started 5 games. He got injured in 2 of them. Oh, the Maryland game, 6. So yeah, I'm sorry. He's had 7 starts or 6 starts. And he just it's 5 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, and 900 yards. And that production from the quarterback position is not going to get it done against a Syracuse team that Kyle McCord has 3,476 yards passing. He's completing 64% of his passes, 24 touchdowns to 12 INTs. They got a good running game. LaQuint Allen has 761 yards rushing. He's got 11 touchdowns on the year. And Yassine Willis has, that's pretty much it. We killed them in the running game. Like, we have over 2,000 yards rushing. They have LaQuint Allen, who has 11 touchdowns and 761 yards rushing. But the passing game is just a different story. They have 4 receivers who have over 50 receptions. We don't have a receiver that has over 40 receptions. I'm trying to look.
And they have an elite quarterback.
Yes. Yeah. Skylar Bell and TJ Sheffield both have 35 and 36 catches, 4 touchdowns, 2 touchdowns. Syracuse's receivers are just lighting it up. I mean, Trevor Pena's got 71 catches, 5 touchdowns, 736 yards. Arande Gadsden, who I think is incredible. They list him as a tight end, but he's not really a tight end. He's got 50.
Arande Gadsden's son?
Yeah. It's Arande Gadsden 2. But yeah, it's Arande Gadsden's son. He's got 54 catches, 707 yards, 4 touchdowns. And then Jackson Meeks has 59 catches, 691 yards, and 5 touchdowns. So their passing game is where they live and die by. And they beat Cal, which was a huge win for them.
Yep.
Going all the way over there. So, and coming off a loss to Boston College, who is not great, who's at the bottom of the yeah. Yep. Exactly. So I don't know. I mean, I think that we need to obviously control the ball. I think that, as much as it pains me to say, we have to go back to we Joe Figliano gives us the best chance to win.
Power offense, play action.
We got to control the clock. We got to keep the ball out of their hands.
Yep.
Because they're gonna chuck it around. I think that time of possession. I don't think we should do a ton of tempo stuff. Mix it in. If you're gonna play Joe, then you got to take some of the read stuff off. You got to limit the outside zone stuff. You got to get more in the pistol, get downhill. I'd love. One of my favorite plays is one back power. I love one back power. Yeah, it's not true power. One back power, great play. 2 back power, I love. And we have 2 good tight ends. So I would not mind at all if we lined up with like a tight end wing set to one side and 2 receivers to the other side. That was my favorite set to run power out of. So I would basically run either split zone and wham the end, or I'd run power based on how they align to it. So the power, I would have the tight end, depending on if you got a head up on the tight end or a 9 technique. Tight end would kick out the 9, and I'd fold the wing in to block the linebacker, and then you got the pulling guard, and you're good to go. That's how I would do it. If not, you can double tight end and wing. They double to the strong safety. The guard pulls for the front side inside linebacker. They the tackle and guard double back to the mic. And no, I'm sorry. The guard pulls for the play side inside linebacker. The center and guard double to the mic, and the guard pulls, leads through. That's how I would do it.
Syracuse,
but we don't run gap schemes.
Right. Well, that's part of the issue. Syracuse's best receiver, Trevor Pena, is from Ocean High School, which is like 10 minutes from where I live. He was a stud when he was down here.
Okay.
He must be like what year is he now? Is he a junior or senior? Doesn't say what year he is. Oh yeah, no, yeah, he's been there a while, so he must be a senior or junior.
Trevor Pena. Okay. Let's see. He's a junior. He's a junior.
Junior, yeah.
Actually,
coached against. He's a stud.
He's a junior. So, yeah, he is. He's 71 catches. I mean, the Kyle McCord
very
blows
fast.
my mind. Yeah. Yep. I believe he's averaging, he's averaging, 10 yards a catch, 5 touchdowns, and 71 catches, which is, I mean, he blows them out of the water. I think he's one of the top receivers in the ACC, actually.
Oh.
Yeah, in the country. So, again, I think defensively, I think that we're better suited if we don't play as much man coverage to match up with these type of receivers. It just depends if he blitzes.
It's just gonna be hard to get pressure on him, though.
Yeah, well, they can bring 4, and I think if they disguise where the 4th guy's coming from, and then mix in bringing 5, and are good at disguising it, I think they'll be okay. But I think like we're not bad pass rushers.
No,
I mean, we got one of our inside guys has 5.5 sacks. That's Diggs. Diggs has 5.5 sacks. Wax, the linebacker, has 4.5 sacks. So, I mean, we got some guys that can get to the quarterback. I'm sorry, I'm talking about Syracuse. That's why I wasn't recognizing the names. The guy I love is Brown, the linebacker. He's got 4.5 sacks. Jaden McDonald's got 2.5 sacks. Bryce Yates up front has 2.5 sacks, but he's got quite a few quarterback pressures. We don't have a ton of sacks on the year. We have 19 sacks, but 19 sacks in 10 games. So that's almost 2 sacks a game. Syracuse has 24 sacks on the year. So I think it's important. Like from what you saw in the Pitt game, were they pressuring McCord, and that's what was causing him to malfunction? So it was the pressure that
he had a hard time with man-to-man. A little bit hard time with that.
All right. Well, you know what?
They were doing some stuff where they were looked like they were going to have this guy rush and drop him right into coverage.
Yeah,
they had a hard time with that. The zone blitz stuff.
The zone blitz. Yep.
Now it may just be, the only thing I don't know is it could just be it could just be Pittsburgh themselves that caused the issue, and maybe not be an issue with McCord per se. That's the only thing, you know.
Well, we did some of that against UAB, which I liked. We would overload a side, and then two would come and two would bail, or
Right.
we would walk two up in the A gap or B gap, double B gap, and one would rush. They would run a twist with the nose and the mic, and like the will would drop. I like that. I like games like that. I just, like I said, I get nervous playing man behind it. But if we can
Right.
play man behind it and disrupt the timing enough to get to McCord, then we can force him into making those mistakes and turning the ball over. I think that's very important. My friend Greg Smoot is on, and he says the running back from Syracuse is good. Greg, I love you, and I do agree. He is good.
He's run for a lot of yards, so
He is. He is. I mean, it's amazing that they are one of the few teams that does not kind of run by committee. It's a one man show.
no,
Like,
you're right. It is a one-man show. I noticed that because you have Sim Willis, who's also from New Jersey. He's the second leading rusher, and he only has like 100 yards.
Yeah, 170 yards. He's a Jersey guy.
Yep, St. Joe's Metuchen. I mean, St. Joe's Montvale.
Oh my God. I didn't know. I didn't know that.
Oh, the head coach is a Jersey guy.
Oh, he's a true fresh. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
he's a true freshman. Yeah, because you said you said once he came in, Fran Brown just killed it in Jersey. Like he dominated. Recruiting.
The interesting thing, the series between UConn and Syracuse all time,
yes,
is 6-6.
Yeah, no, I know. I remember when we started playing them. I mean, it was always back and forth. I believe the last time we won was 2010, maybe. I got to check, but I know, throughout the Big East years from 03 on, it was always a battle. And I remember it was like 07 or what was it? No. It was 2010. And Marone was pissed. Marone was the head coach.
Oh, Marone, yeah.
And he was pissed that Randy went for it on like a 4th and 1 and threw a play action bomb for a touchdown. It put the game out of reach instead of punting. But I think offensively, as long as they play Joe and as long as they have a game plan where you're taking the read out of it, it's a handoff. You run the pistol. You have the tight end backside as a cutoff to cut off the backside edge. If you want to run to the tight end, then you have to be prepared to run a naked off of it with Joe and leave the end unblocked just to keep him in place. Or you have to run some sort of fake jet to hold him. You fake the jet and then hand off the zone. So the end has to stay and honor the jet. I know you disagree with this. I love, because we use so much 20 personnel. I like the zone read option where you have the zone and then the other back orbits and it's a zone read. You still read the end and then the quarterback has someone to pitch to. I like that concept. I know we've never done it. So installing it week 11 is probably the best idea.
That's probably out of the
but the tripped game where they throw the screens to Skylar Bell, I don't like bubble out of the gun which we throw. It's just such a tough throw out of the gun. I wish we were under center for that. I like just kind of like the direct pass or the jailbreak screen out of it where he takes 2 steps up and then steps back and then he can throw it to him and then everyone gets out. I'd like to see that. I'd like to see them run the outside zone out of the tight end trip set. So you have the tight end to the boundary, the trips to the field, but I want the outside zone to the boundary to the tight end. That was my favorite play because I would block it. I wouldn't block it like a full zone. I would pin and pull. So I'd have depending on the leverage, how they played it, the tight end was head up. I'd have my tight end block on and block the tight end. And then I'd have the tackle block down on the 3 technique. I'd pull the guard for the corner, and then I would pull the center for the inside linebacker.
Got it.
And that's how I would run it. And then you can RPO it if you want. But that's what I think they need to do.
I think if UConn can run the ball effectively, they have a shot in this game. I think the more I look at it, if it becomes a shootout, it's going to be a problem for them.
Yeah, they won't be able to keep up in a shootout, I don't think. I agree with you.
Yeah, because they're going to have to score every drive, and then that's going to be a problem.
I'm trying to look at their team stat. Yeah, they're averaging 31 points a game, so you're right. But we are averaging 30 points a game as well. But we've obviously done it against lesser competition. Yeah, it's funny. We're both averaging 300. We're both averaging 31.7 points a game, 31.8 points a game for Syracuse. And we average, the first downs, the passing is just, unbelievable. Like they're passing for 350 yards a game. That's just unbelievable.
Unbelievable. 350.
Yeah. Now, I don't. So, can you kind of. Oh, Don Brown got fired. Wow.
At UMass?
Yeah, I just saw it just now. Holy shit. That's 43 minutes ago. I love Don Brown. He was a UConn legend. After 6-28 stint. Well, listen, you're UMass. I'm sorry. They don't have the facilities. They don't have the means.
Did they build a camp?
A football facility?
Yeah. Did they?
I don't know. I don't think they did. But Don Brown was the one that got UMass back into the MAC. They start MAC play next year. Yeah, he came back 3 years ago after Harbaugh fired him. Don Brown has been
fired him.
Yeah, Harbaugh fired him. After the 2020 season or 2021 season, Harbaugh had a complete retool. Like he fired everyone. And he just got young guys. He just went young because it's a young man's game with the time that you have to put in and the energy you need. It's a young man's game.
Do you think that's why Don Brown struggled at UMass or?
Dave, I think you could put Bill Belichick at UMass and he would struggle. UMass has not been relevant.
Turn around something.
UMass has not been relevant since they've moved to FBS. They've been very, very bad. They won an FCS title, obviously, in 98, and they went to another one. Matt Lawrence was telling me about it. They went to another one, I think, in 05 or 06.
Okay.
But since then they just have not been good. So
That's not good.
no, I like Don Brown. I'm a big Don Brown fan. But yeah, I agree with you. It can't get into a shootout. We got to control the tempo. We got to control the line of scrimmage, time of possession. And I can't find, I wish I could find news. I can't find news on who's playing quarterback. That's all I want to know. Maybe if I text Burton, he'll tell me.
Well, let's see what they say. Nick Evers is quarterback. Well, no, what date are we on now?
What
information?
What? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I can't find anything.
Well, I think it's gonna be Joe Fagano.
I think they have to. He gives them the best chance to win.
I mean,
I don't think you can play Evers. I think they are stuck with Evers for the next 2 years. He's not helping them win now. They have a chance to beat Syracuse. They're going to beat UMass. They go 9-3. That's huge. You can't risk playing this kid just because he's been starting all year.
Smoot brings up a good point. He said mystery as quarterback favors us, meaning they don't know who to practice for. So that's a good point.
But it seems like we run the same stuff regardless. That's the only thing. I don't want them to run the outside zone crap. It's just they run it out of 20 personnel, and I don't like it, and it bothers me. So if they're going to run outside zone, they have to formationalize it, personnel it, and run it from a different look. They got to stop running it out of 20. Two tailbacks, two wide receivers. Because it's perpendicular and it's a cut and it's too much. I want it downhill. You got to stay in the pistol, run your inside zone. Your line is physical. They move people around, and that will make the difference. And then you have your play action. Then you move your pocket. Then you run your nakeds. They don't run a great screen game. I'd like to see some screens. I went to watch my high school compete at the Dome Friday for the region.
Oh, how'd that go?
Yeah, I was telling you, it was great. It was great. They lost in overtime, and I wanted to punch the coach. They lost in overtime. The other team took the other team deferred. No, they didn't. We won the toss. We deferred. The other team took the ball, scored, and then went for two and scored. Our first play on offense, and it just bothered me because anytime we went 3-by-1, they could not align to it. They gave us a huge advantage anytime we were in trips. We come out in 2-by-2, and it's the overtime. And we scored on this play before, but he runs 4-vert from the red zone. First of all, I hate 4-vert from the red zone. Second of all, the quarterback made the right read. He threw it to the bender. It was man coverage. And the guy just jumped the route. Because, I mean, whenever we're in 2-by-2, like, it's the same passing concept. 3-by-1, he made a great call earlier. They were playing they played a combo coverage. They were playing like cover 3, but press man to the backside of trips. So he had one-on-one to the backside receiver of trips, threw a fade, touchdown to him. Great call. And then the other great call he had was they lined up in the diamond formation with 4 receivers. he threw a direct screen twice. The first time it went big. The second time it got blown up. The third time he faked the direct screen and the receivers did a stalk and go, and he hit a big one for a touchdown. Those are three good calls. Steve, my question is when to pull a quarterback in game situation. Greg, when your quarterback is throwing for 75 yards, I'm pulling him. I would have pulled him at halftime at UAB. It was just atrocious. We were down 17-3. He couldn't do anything. He looked like he had happy feet. And he's got talent. He's got guys that he can throw to. And that's the most frustrating thing about it is Skylar Bell having 38 catches is a sin. Skylar Bell should have 60 receptions. And
Right.
And he's the guy that, we need to keep. I really, the transfer portal opens in a month, and I hope that Bleeding Blue can raise the money that we need to keep those guys. We need to keep Skyler. We need to keep Cam. We need to keep Darrell. And I don't know on defense, but from who I've seen on offense, but that's my concern. But statistically, I'm just looking.
By the way, I just want to give you a time. It's 12:50.
Oh, I know. I got to go to my appointment.
Okay, I don't want you to.
No, it's okay. I'm just looking. Yeah, we're -1 in the turnover ratio. So, all right. Well, we'll talk more and we'll make our predictions. But I think we'll be okay. I think it'll be a good matchup. I don't think it'll be a blowout. I think we can hang with them if we do our thing. And I will see you tonight for Moneyline, and the Rebel Republic is coming at you.
Can we do that a little later so I can put my kid to bed since I'm the only one here?
Just tell me if you want me to go at 8:30 for Moneyline.
I'm thinking 8:30 because I don't think he has any basketball tonight. So yeah, I'm thinking 8:30.
We can start Moneyline at 8:30, and then we'll do Rebel after.
Rebel Republic.
Well, it's making waves. It's making waves everywhere. So that's our show. That's our show
in America.
So yeah, I'll shoot you a text after my appointment, and I will obviously say my close. Remember, when life gives you lemons, don't make lemonade. Take 2 oranges, throw them back at life.